All right, all right, all right. It's time for today's tip of the day, where we are going to randomly pick a number from Ramesh Gulati's Maintenance and Reliability Best Practices, the #1 book on Amazon in the category of engineering management. Oh, congratulations, Ramesh. That's awesome. Anyway, let's do a random. We're going to do a random page from page 1 to 700. And we're going to allow the random number generator to tell us what page we have to go to. We're going to select that page, take a look at what's on it, give you a random tip associated with that. And let's see what our number is going to be today. Let's spin our wheel and see where we get. Pick your favorite number, by the way. See if it comes out. Today's number is 186. Okay, so we're going to go to page 186. We are going to determine what's on that page, take a look at it, and then give you a tip based on page 186. Uh-oh, we're looking like I'm already getting nervous. There's a lot of math on that on pages similar. I'm just kidding. I'm not nervous. Oh, wow. So economic order quantity, page 186 covers economic order quantity. Now, how do I do the tip? The tip is easy, but there are various schools of thought around the usability of economic order quantity in maintenance. First, let's kind of tell you what it is. Economic order quantity is the math behind when I place an order for spare parts, how many should I order at one given time to be the most economical option and secure the parts that are necessary for us to use in the plant. A lot of caveats here, and there are lots of folks who will tell you don't ever use economic order quantity. I am not one of them. However, you have to do a lot of other things in order to use economic order quantity. So first and foremost, economic order quantity looks at a variety of pieces of data in order to do the math appropriately. So economic order quantity is the square root of 2 times the demand times the cost to place an order divided by the cost of holding the part inside the storeroom. And when it does the math, there's a couple of pieces here. First, it has to know demand. The second is it has to know the cost to place an order. And here's where we typically fail in the math part of it. The cost to place an order, most people say, well, what's the cost to generate a purchase order? And they walk through all the steps and the approvals, and they figure out the time of everyone, and they say, okay, well, an order costs X. That's not entirely true because many of your purchase orders have more than one line item. And so if the average number of purchase rec lines is 2, then your cost to place an order has to be cut in half based on the cost of a PO. It's not the cost of a PO that you should be getting, it's the cost of a purchase requisition line. And if your average PO has 2 lines on it, then it's not $100 like everybody says, it's 50 because you had 2 lines on that purchase order. It didn't take twice as long to process the purchase order with 2 lines. And so you got to be careful with that. The other thing is all the other math inside the storeroom has to be appropriate and accurate. You must know safety stock, criticality, standard deviation of lead time. There's lots of other things that have to be in place in order for the storeroom to actually use math to be managed. I think it's a great place when it can get there. However, you do have to make sure that you're doing all the other storeroom management things first. We have a class in April 15th and 16th, on MRO and storeroom management, and it will cover all of the topics necessary to get you to a point of being able to rely on economic order quantity. There's a lot of benefits to EOQ. For example, I've had clients in the past where they were ordering bags of O-rings almost weekly. And a bag of O-ring costs like $10, but the cost to place an order at that plant was like $40 for a purchase rec line item. And so they were spending way too much money when they were better off having a larger bin of O-rings, considering the volume that they use. And so, it has its place. It's going to save you money on making sure that what you order, you do so in a quantity which minimizes the overall cost to the business with respect to the administrative cost of placing an order and the cost of the part sitting inside the storeroom. And so it balances those things. So it does have its advantages. But again, you have to do all the other things right in order for it to be effective. So today's tip of the day: don't jump right into economic order quantity until you're doing all the other things well and are managing the storeroom effectively. Then once you get to that point, by all means, utilize EOQ to fine tune what you're doing and reduce the cost of managing the storeroom.